Hi everyone, welcome back. This video that I'm sharing with you today is about a simple vegetarian meal that I prepared on Pongal. I thought of sharing it with you guys thinking that it might be of a little help if you're planning for any special occasion or if you're having guests coming over. You can get some ideas and or you can also know how to plan and cook this within 1 to 2 hours. So what I prepared was traditional sambar and cabbage stir fry with rasam, sweet pongal, potato and peas masala and some masala vadas along with some steamed rice, and I served it with papad, pickle and curd. So a very simple menu. Let's see how to prepare. So first I'm soaking the dal for the masala vada. This is half a cup. You will get approximately 12 mini size vadas. Wash and soak this. Let this soak until we get all the other dishes ready, and this will be ready to be made. Next we'll start with boiling the dal for sambar. I'm taking half a cup of Toor Dhal. Wash and then add it in a pressure cooker with water, turmeric powder, Cumin Seeds and some hing, and boil it. This is tomato, 2 tomatoes and a gooseberry size tamarind pulp. I've boiled this for the rasam. So now let's start with chopping and getting all the other vegetables ready. First I'm starting with getting the vegetables ready for the sambar. The detailed list of ingredients for each menu and recipe is given in the description box below. You can have a look. So first we'll start with getting all the vegetables ready for the sambar, the stir fry and the potato and peas masala. So planning this one day ahead will be very helpful. You'll have to plan this one day ahead and buy all the vegetables the previous day so that on the day of cooking you will not be in a hurry or you will not be tensed. You will not have to go out. So this is potato and peas. I'm peeling this. I'm chopping this roughly and we are going to boil this first. So in you can take a steamer or I'm just using a normal idli pan. Add water. You're adding the potatoes directly to the water with a spoon of salt, and then on top I'm keeping the idli plate and then I'm adding the peas. So these two will get cooked together, and in the meantime the dal is also ready. The Toor Dhal for a sambar is also ready. If you can see, that is also nice and done. So this hardly took about 5 to 8 minutes. So both are ready. Let's strain the water and keep this aside. And in the meantime I've got grated coconut and all the vegetables and garlic for sambar and rasam, and this is cabbage for the cabbage fry. So first we'll start with making the sambar. In a large pan, take oil, add mustard seeds, wait for the mustard to splutter, add urud dal and dried red chillies, curry leaf followed by shallots. So fry the shallots until it starts browning, and then add a pinch of turmeric powder and hing to the oil itself, and then it's time to add the vegetables. So for the sambar I have taken brinjal, potatoes, bitter gourd, some radish, and I'm also going to use raw mango, but I'm not adding it now. You can use any vegetable of your choice. Bottle gourd, ash gourd, carrot, beans, drumsticks, everything will go perfectly fine, and even okra will go fine with this type of sambar. After frying the vegetables in the oil for 2 minutes, then add the tomatoes. After adding the tomatoes, add salt for the vegetables and the tomatoes. Let's add salt. I'm adding about 3 spoons of sambar powder now at this point. This is homemade sambar powder. So I'm adding 3 spoons. Just mix this for a minute. Once you get a nice aroma of all the sambar powder and the spices, it's time to add water for the vegetables to cook. So let's cover and let's start cooking the vegetables. So let that cook. So now in another pan, we'll start making the cabbage fry. So take about 2 spoons of oil and then temper the oil with the mustard seeds and urud dal. Once the mustard starts spluttering, add curry leaves and onions. I've taken 1 large onion. I've cut this into small pieces, and then I'm adding 2 slit green chillies and fry this. when you're cooking multiple things, just keep an eye on all the other stuff which is on the stove as well. Now for the cabbage, I'm adding a pinch of turmeric powder, and then it's time to add the vegetable. So cabbage does not require a lot of time to cook. It has to be a little crisp when you eat it. So I'm not going to add water. You just have to fry this for hardly 4 to 5 minutes. That is more than enough. So keep stirring it so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. We've cut this into very thin pieces. So you can reduce the flame to a medium to low flame. Don't cook the vegetables in high flame. It will burn really quick. Add enough amount of salt. So all these vegetables, the cabbage and all, can be had even raw. So that's why we're not cooking it for a longer time. Just mix this well until it is nicely coated with the salt and the turmeric powder. And I've reduced the flame to a completely low flame, and I'm just going to let this cook for another 3 minutes. In the meantime, let's check the sambar. Let's see if the vegetables are done. Check if there is enough water for the vegetables so that it doesn't burn. And now it's time to add the dal, and I'm adding the raw mangoes at this point. Now if you don't have raw mangoes, the dal, I have just taken 1 spoon for the rasam. I'm keeping that aside, and the remaining I'm adding it now. And if you don't have raw mangoes, you can use tamarind pulp. Just squeeze in some tamarind pulp and add the water. Add salt for the sambar. Mix this well, cover this, and let's cook this for another 2 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, the cabbage is completely done. Now it's time to add grated coconut. So along with the coconut, I added 1 spoon of cumin seed, and I've ground this, and I'm adding it here. And after adding coconut, you just have to give it a mix, and it's time to turn off the stove. The cabbage fry is ready. So once that is done, let's start with the potato and peas masala. So for this, we'll need to crush a few ingredients. For that, in a mortar and pestle, I'm taking garlic, ginger, 2 green chillies, and 1 spoon of fennel seeds. Don't use a mixer jar for this because crushing it and adding is really amazing. The flavor will be really good. Crush this, and then let's start making the masala. Take about a spoon of oil and then season it with some cumin seeds. Now add the crushed ingredients. Fry this for a minute, and then we'll add the chopped onions and curry leaves. And for this also, I'm using 1 large onion. You can also cut this lengthwise. It's up to your choice, but I've cut this very small. Add the onions and let the onions start cooking and brown a little. In the meantime, let's see if the vegetables are done. So the sambar is almost done. Just check if all the vegetables are nicely cooked and see if the salt is correct. At this point, you can check for the salt and check if you need to add water. So this is the time to check the sambar, and the onions are also ready now. Now it's time to add the spice powders. So for this masala, we are just going to add 1 spoon of chilli powder, half a spoon of coriander powder, and then half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Then you can add the peas and the potatoes. Potatoes, I've just cut this into rough pieces, chunky pieces, and I'm going to add that as well. The potatoes are nicely cooked, so when you mix it, it will again get mashed, and it'll taste even more. Nice. Add salt if required. We've also added a little bit of salt while cooking the potatoes. And now mix this and cover this and let this cook for some time. Now the sambar is completely done. Finally, I'm adding a handful of coriander leaves and it's time to turn off the stove. It's nice and watery. We like the sambar a little watery, so this is the right consistency. I'm going to turn off the stove. If you can see, all the three, the sambar and both the side dishes are done within 35 to 40 minutes was the max. So when you have all the vegetables ready, it's, you can finish the cooking like really fast. Now since two of the burners are a little free, we'll start making the rasam. So this is 2 tomatoes and a gooseberry sized tamarind. I've boiled this and I'm going to use my hands and I'm going to crush the pulp from both. Just peeling off the skin from the tomatoes. Use your hands and nicely squeeze in the pulp. Now add enough water for the rasam. This is approximately 500 ml of water. You can use a filter, so just to save time, I'm using my hands to filter the water. To this, add a bunch of coriander leaves. You can use the stem part actually, that will give a nice flavor. If you have lots of stem remaining, you can add those stems of the coriander. Crush this, and then I'm adding some curry leaves as well and I'm crushing it in the water. To this, now we're going to add the boiled dal. Adding dal to your rasam, it gives an amazing flavor. So add that as well and mix this and keep this ready. You can grind this in a mixer jar, but I'm just using a mortar and pestle. That is 1 spoon of peppercorns, cumin and coriander seeds. Crush that and then add 4 to 5 garlic cloves, 1 green chilli and 1 dried red chilli. Crush this and let's keep this ready. You can use a mixer jar, that is totally fine. Now to a pan, add oil, mustard seeds, urud dal and curry leaves. Once the mustard starts spluttering, we'll add the crushed ingredients. After adding the crushed ingredients, you don't have to cook it for a long time. It might, turn bitter. The taste will become a little bitter. So immediately add a half a spoon of hing and then add the tamarind and tomato water. Mix this well. Add enough salt for the rasam. This is a teeny bit of jaggery that will also help to balance the taste. You can add sugar also. You can skip it as well, but it's up to your choice. Rasam does not need to boil. You just need to get these white bubbles on all the sides. This will be done in a minute, so just be near the countertop, keep an eye, and once you start getting these bubbles, immediately sprinkle some cold water and we'll close the pan immediately to lock the flavors. So rasam is ready. Now we'll start making the masala vada. Now in a mixer jar, we're going to add the soaked dal. Add 2 dried red chillies, 3 garlic pods and half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Grind this to a coarse paste without adding water. I just kept 1 spoon of the soaked dal just separately. Along with that, add the coarse mix. Now to this, add curry leaves, ginger pieces, green chilies and chopped onions. Use your hands and mix this well. You can add some coriander leaves also for flavor. And I'm using my hands so that all of the dal mix should get nicely mixed with the other ingredients, with the green chilies. So we will get around 10 to 12 mini size balls. So each one should have onions and green chilies. All the pieces should have that. So just use your hands and make sure you mix this like really well. And you can make this into tiny balls and keep this ready for frying. So simultaneously I've also put the oil for heating. Once the oil is nice and hot, we'll start adding the masala vada pieces. Don't crowd the pan, leave enough space so that it will be easy for you to flip it around and cook this. So while that is frying, in another pan I have also soaked some raw rice and moong dal for the sweet pongal. So for 1 cup of rice and dal, I'm adding about 3 cups of water and half a cup of milk. Let that cook. The detailed recipe for sweet pongal, I have another link. You can check the link given in the description box below. Okay, so the vadas are also nicely turning golden brown. Keep flipping it and cook this in medium to low flame so that it doesn't burn. These are very small sizes, so it will cook very fast. So keep it in medium to low flame and keep flipping it. And now it is ready. It's time to remove. After you remove this, we'll add the next batch of masala vadas. And we'll also check on the rice and dal for the sweet pongal. Now this is boiling like really well. I soaked this for about 30 minutes, so this will get cooked immediately. I'm cooking this in an open pan. I feel the taste of cooking this in an open pan is much tastier than cooking it in a pressure cooker. So if you have time when you're making sweet pongal, make it in an open pan. This is water for normal rice. You can cook this using a pressure cooker or an electric rice cooker, but I'm just going to cook this this way. Add salt and let the rice also start cooking. So in the meantime, the sweet pongal is ready. I've added some cardamom powder and a pinch of salt, and then I'm adding jaggery syrup. Add this well and mix it so that all the jaggery syrup is nicely mixed with the dal and rice. So this is the consistency of the sweet pongal. Give it a heat for another few more minutes, and then let's finally temper it with some cashew nuts and raisins. For that, take a pan, add 2 spoons of ghee, and once the ghee is nice and hot, add cashew nuts. Wait for the cashew nuts to start browning and then add the raisins. And now it's time to add this on top of the sweet pongal. So the pongal is also ready, and I have also drained the water from the rice. So everything is done. It hardly took me around 1 hour and 40 minutes to finish off with everything. So everything is ready. It hardly took me so without filming, I think this would be over even more faster. But since I was also taking a video of all the recipes that I was doing, it took me some more time today. So an easy menu for you guys to plan and make. Hope you get some ideas from this for you to use as well. Now it's time to serve. So let's see what all we've got. We've got the rice ready. This is sambar using vegetables, and then cabbage stir fry. This is rasam. Sweet pongal for the sweet. This is potato and peas masala, and I've got about 10 to 12 masala vadas. Now it's time to serve. Serving it in a banana leaf is very authentic, and it tastes really nice when you're serving it in a banana leaf. So serve it with some nice papad, pickle and curd. You can also make it into a buttermilk and serve. Hope this video was helpful, and please do let me know if you like the video in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching my video so patiently, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and see you all again with another recipe video. Take care and bye.